The Sri Kalki Purana is a prophetic work in Sanskrit that provides details about the life and times of Kalki, the 10th and the final of the Dashavatara of the Hindu deity Lord Vishnu. Hindus believe that it gives insights on some of the major events to occur in the future. Soon after this, the second, third and fourth stages of Kaliyuga begins. During the second and third portions, men will forget the name of gods and no longer offer yajna to the devas. All holy texts will be lost and no one will know the means to attain moksha. Several powerful and the most well-known mantras like the Om Namah Shivaya or the Om Namo Narayana will be lost. A few mantras that are now widespread will only be known to a few selected sages who will guard this knowledge. During the fourth part of Kali Yuga, cannibalism, which means eating or consuming another individual from the same species, will be virtually universal amongst the humans. The earth will become desolated and extreme pain and suffering will grasp humanity. The conditions will be as bad as Yama's dimension of torture. In addition to the Kalki Purana, the Srimad Bhagwatam goes into further details. Sukadev Goswami gives an elaborate description to King Parikshit about what a human life and society will be like in Kali Yuga. He says to the king, "O king, religion, truthfulness, cleanliness, tolerance, mercy, duration of life, physical strength, and memory will all diminish day by day because of the powerful influence of the age of Kali. In Kali Yuga, wealth alone will be considered the sign of a man's good birth, proper behavior, and fine qualities. And law and justice will be applied only on the basis of one's power. Men and women will live together merely because of superficial attraction, and success in business will depend on deceit. Womanliness and manliness will be judged according to one's expertise in sex, and a man will be known as a Brahmana just by wearing a thread. A person's spiritual position will be ascertained merely according to the external symbols, and on the same basis, people will change from one spiritual order to the next. A person's propriety will be seriously questioned if he does not earn a good living, and one who is very clever at juggling words will be considered a learned scholar. A person will be judged unholy if he does not have money, and hypocrisy will be accepted as virtue. Marriage will be arranged simply by verbal agreement, and a person will think he is fit to appear in public if he has merely taken a bath. A sacred place will be taken to consist of no more than a reservoir of water located at a distance, and beauty will be thought to depend on one's hairstyle. Filling the belly will become the goal of life, and one who is audacious will be accepted as truthful. He who can maintain a family will be regarded as an expert man, and the principles of religion will be observed only for the sake of reputation. As the earth thus becomes crowded with a corrupt population, whoever among any of the social classes shows himself to be the strongest will gain political power. Losing their wives and properties to such avaricious and merciless rulers who will behave no better than ordinary thieves, the citizens will flee to the mountains and forests. Harassed by famine and excessive taxes, people will resort to eating leaves, roots, flesh, wild honey, fruits, flowers, and seeds. Stuck by drought, they will become completely ruined. The citizens will suffer greatly from cold, wind, heat, rain, and snow. They will be further tormented by quarrels, hunger, thirst, disease, and severe anxiety. The maximum duration of life for human beings in Kali Yuga will become 50 years. By the time the age of Kali ends, the bodies of all creatures will be greatly reduced in size, and the religious principles of followers of Varnasrama will be ruined. The path of the Vedas will be completely forgotten in human society, and so-called religion will mostly be atheistic. The kings will mostly be thieves. The occupations of men will be stealing, lying, and needless violence, and all the social classes will be reduced to the lowest level of Shudras. Cows will be like goats. Spiritual hermitages will be no different from mundane houses, and family ties will extend no further than the immediate bonds of marriage. Most plants and herbs will be tiny, and all trees will appear like dwarfs. Clouds will be full of lightning, homes will be devoid of deity, and all human beings will have become like asses. At that time, the Supreme Personality of Godhead will appear on the earth. Acting with the power of pure spiritual goodness, he will rescue eternal religion. Lord Vishnu, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the spiritual master of all moving and non-moving living beings, and the Supreme Soul of all, takes birth to protect the principles of religion and to relieve his saintly devotees from the reactions of material work. Although Kali Yuga is an ocean of faults and sins, there is one good thing about this age. Simply by chanting the name of the Lord, one can become free from material bondage and be promoted to the transcendental kingdom.